माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. श्री नाम संकीर्तन की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, गौर प्रेमानंदे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So I'd like to welcome all of you for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class in Sridham Mayapur. And today we are going to read Srimad Bhagavatam 3rd Canto 27th chapter, text 7. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tator Jairmudirayet Nashtaprayesu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Sarvabhuta Samatvena Nirvairena Aprasangataha Brahmacharyena Maunena Swadharmena Baliyasa Sarvabhuta Samatvena Nirvairena Prasangataha Brahmacharyena Maunena Swadharmena Baliyasa Sarvabhuta Samatvena Nirvairena Prasangataha Brahmacharyena Maunena Swadharmena Baliyasa Sarvabhuta Samatvena Nirvairena Prasangataha Brahmacharyena Maunena Swadharmena Baliyasa Nirvairena Prasangataha Brahmacharyena Maunena Swadharmena Baliyasa Sarvabhuta Samatvena Nirvairena Prasangataha Brahmacharyena Maunena Swadharmena Baliyasa Sarvabhuta Samatvena Nirvairena Prasangataha Brahmacharyena Maunena Swadharmena Baliyasa. Mothers, Sarvabhuta Samatvena Nirvairena Prasangataha Brahmacharyena Maunena Swadharmena Baliyasa Sarvabhuta Samatvena Nirvairena Prasangataha. What word meaning? Sarva, all. Bhuta, living entities. Samatvena, by seeing equally. Nirvairena, without enmity. Aprasangataha, without intimate connections. brahmacharyena, by celibacy, maunena, by silence, swadharmena, by one's occupation, baliyasa, by offering the result. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. In executing devotional service, one has to see every living entity equally, without enmity towards anyone, yet without intimate connections with anyone. One has to observe celibacy, be grave, and execute his eternal activities, offering the results to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport: a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead who seriously engages in devotional service is equal to all living entities. There are various species of living entities, but a devotee does not see the outward covering. He sees the inner soul inhabiting the body. Because each and every soul is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he does not see any difference. That is the vision of a learned devotee. As explained in Bhagavad Gita, a devotee or a learned sage does not see any difference between a learned Brahmana, a dog, an elephant, or a cow, because he knows that the body is the outer covering only, and that the soul is actually part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. A devotee has no enmity towards any living entity, but that does not mean that he mixes with everyone. That is prohibited. Aprasangataha means not to be in intimate touch with everyone. A devotee is concerned with his execution of devotional service, and he should therefore mix with devotees only. In order to advance his objective, he has no business mixing with others. For although he does not see anyone as his enemy, his dealings are only with persons who engage in devotional service. A devotee should observe the vow of celibacy. Celibacy does not necessitate that one be absolutely free from sex life. Satisfaction with one's wife is permitted also under the vow of celibacy. The best policy is to avoid sex life altogether. That is preferable. Otherwise, a devotee can get married under religious principles and live peacefully with a wife. A devotee should not speak needlessly. A serious devotee has no time to speak of nonsense. He is always busy in Krishna consciousness. Whenever he speaks about Krishna. Mauna means silence. Silence does not mean that one should not speak at all, but that he should not speak of nonsense. He should be very enthusiastic in speaking about Krishna. Another important item described here is swadharmena, or being exclusively occupied in one's eternal occupation, which is to act as the eternal servitor of the Lord, or to act in Krishna consciousness. The next word, baliyasa, means offering the results of all activities to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A devotee does not act on his personal account for sense gratification. Whatever he earns, whatever he eats, and whatever he does, he offers for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here ends the translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada in the matter of understanding the material nature from Srimad Bhagavatam 7th sloka of 3rd canto, chapter 27th. Hare Krishna. So before that I dare to speak anything, sitting on such a esteemed Vyasasana, I like to beg for the mercy and blessings from all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. I don't have any qualification to speak upon this such elaborate and such deep Bhagavatam topics, but still because of service I give a try for all of your pleasure. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Yutapad Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamscha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So this section here we see that Kapil Dev is discussing about what is the situation, position of Jnanis, and there are 18 elements of Jnana are going to be described from text 7, text 8, as well text 9 also. So like this 18 elements of knowledge described. Also in Bhagavad Gita it is described the element of knowledge. So there are different schools of transcendence like Jnana, Dhyana, Karma that we read in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So before that, Lord is going to tell about devotional service in text in chapter 28. So Lord is describing about Jnana also here, also someplace Dhyana. So to purify ourselves to reach that platform, right? So different elements of Jnana, amongst them 7 are mentioned in this particular sloka, in text 7. Sarva bhuta samatvena nirvairena aprasangatah brahmacharyena maunena swadharmena baliyasa. So Srila Prabhupada writes that in executing devotional service, one has to see every living entity equally. And why one should see every living entity equally? Because every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna. So not only that, they are a spirit soul before that. So for those who are not devotees, there are different ways of seeing any other living entity, right? Because if we are not devotee, then either we are in tamas or in rajas or maybe sometimes in goodness. So in tamas we may see every living entity like what I am going to get from him. The sheer selfishness, right? What benefit I am going to get from this living entity or that living entity or this person or either of it, like. So it's like sheer selfishness. Because you see directly the body and his desires need to be fulfilled. And then in mode of passion, like in mode of passion also is like to fulfill the lusty desires somehow or other. And in goodness one starts seeing that there could be souls, right? And that goodness is also not always, living entities are always on that platform. So the really somebody can start seeing people equally. That starts only in the platform of devotional service, in platform of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it's not possible. So here we see Srila Prabhupada, that's why writing, even though it is elements of jnana, in executing devotional service, one has to see every living entity equally. Equally means like ignorant people also see equally, right? They see everything to be this body, mode of passion, ignorance. But at the same time, nirvairena, he should not be inimical toward any living entity. If somebody in Rajas and Tamas, he cannot be like equal to everyone in such a way that he don't have any friend and any enemy. He will have certainly some friends and some enemy. Because this material world is made in the duality, it must be there. Because we are in Rajas and Tamas. So maybe ignorant people are saying some drishti. Every living entity is like all our bodies. That's how we say. Somebody, someone. So somebody. But because they are in Rajas and Tamas, there will be some enemy and some friends. That's why the second word is nirvairena. He should be without having any enmity. And as well as aprasangataha. So there are two things. Vairena, anprasangataha. If somebody is having enemy means there will be some prasangataha also. But that is on the platform of material sense gratification. Right? So both things are not actually favorable for devotional service. Vairena also as well as prasangata also. Then he goes ahead, brahmacharyena, by practicing celibacy. Maunena, by keeping silence. And the fifth one is swadharmena, practicing our own duties. Here Srila Prabhupada writes that one has to perform eternal activities, swadharmena. So eternal activities means Krishna conscious activities. And baliyasa, whatever activities one perform, the result should be offered to Krishna. So let's see one by one, all elements will try to reflect upon whatever I heard from Srila Prabhupada and previous acharyas and contemporary acharyas also. Sarva bhuta samatvena. So living entities should see everybody equally. But that is possible only when somebody sees jivas to be part and parcel of Krishna. At the same time, they should be like dealt with like respectively. It's not like every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna, then you can go along with anyone. It's not possible, because there are some boundaries, dharma boundaries created by Supreme Lord, right? So the people has to be in the boundary. At the same time, one should understand that every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna, and he must be given proper respect, whether they are devotees or non-devotees. The respect is the background of everything, all the type of relationship that we have in the world. Every jiva must be given respect. Maybe like we are devotee, like only we will give respect to the devotees, but if we do not give respect to the jivas, then Supreme Lord can never be made happy. No matter how much deity worship we will do, no matter how much chanting we do, unless all the jivas are happy with us, the devotional service doesn't start only. Right? The sadhana bhakti starts from there. Right? Sadhana bhakti, the first characteristic of sadhana bhakti which Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned, that is kleshagni. All the miseries goes away, and second comes Shubhada. So the Shubhada, when it comes, means the Shubhada also, Srila Rupa Goswami tells there are 4 characteristics of Shubhada. The first one is that all the living entity, for all the living entity, he will have a good respect, and he will feel very much, having goodwill generated for all the living entities. He will not have any enmity with any living entity whatsoever. And other living entities also will have affection for them, right? It goes like reciprocative. If you are thinking good for someone, whether you speak or not, you will automatically understand that person is also start feeling good about me, right? This is the language of mind, right? Maybe unless we speak, how can he understand that I am feeling good? But mind goes even faster than the sound, right? Without speaking also, that reciprocation starts, without even spoken. So that's called Jagat Pranitvam Dvaya Pranitvam. And the third one is that all the good qualities of Devatas, I mean the only good qualities of Devatas, it starts becoming it starts getting attracted toward the person. Right. So, and also there is one, he gets immense happiness. Why? Because of devotional service. So unless this previous three things has done, he cannot get the immense happiness of devotional service. He should have a very respectful, as well as at least on the platform of respect, goodwill toward all the living entities. So then comes Nirvairena. One should be not inimical toward any living entities for performance of devotional service. If he becomes inimical, then he cannot also perform devotional service nicely. That's the sometimes very big obstruction for a sadhaka. Like maybe it's okay, all devotees are okay, but for that person, I have something in my heart, some grudge. So then he cannot actually get to advanced platforms of Krishna consciousness. So this very famous example, Srila Prabhupada always used to quote Lala Babu. How many of you heard the story of Lala Babu that Srila Prabhupada quoted? Yes, thank you. So Lala Babu, there was a big jamindar, landlord, nearby Calcutta. So some or other in previous life might have got some sukriti. He had performed some devotional service, but at the same time was very big landlord. And neighborhood of that person, there was another big landlord, and his name was Rajat Seth. So both had very long years this fight or a type of rivalry and all that. So both were into good fight, So, and they were into the competition of who will accumulate how much of land, who will become how much opulence. So they had. So some or other, every time this Lala Babu was always victorious, because he was a devotee. But at the same time, he had the propensity to enjoy, so that's why maybe Krishna has given him all the opulences, everything. But one day what happened, he was just going to another village to see a new land to purchase, and nearby one small little girl, she was fetching water from the well, and while pulling out the water, she started telling to another elder lady that she speaks in Bangla, Bela jaye kokhon firbe. She tells in Bangla, Bela means the time is getting over, when you will return. So this only word was told. She told for the sake of bringing water faster, getting toward home. It's going to get evening. But this person, Lala Babu, got something else, right? He got another interpretation clicked into his heart by Paramatma. Now time is getting over. How will return home back to Godhead? When you will return home back to Godhead. So he got that clicked into his heart, and immediately he felt so much, renounced spirit, and he went to home and he started feeling a type of aspiration for Krishna consciousness, to meet with Krishna. Some other, long story, cutting short. So he got such renounced things, aroused in his heart, that he left his whole everything, and he went to Vrindavan. He wanted to see the most beautiful form of Radha Krishna, Radha Shyam Sundarji, or you can say in his term Radha Jugal Kishore. Right? So he went there, and then he took Diksha from one of the guru there, and then he was practicing sadhana. And for sadhakas, in any other sampradaya, it's not like ISKCON, everything is organized. Even sadhus, they don't need to have any problem with. They can go at 9 o'clock and have prasadam. Everything at the right time. Even though they're traveling, they can phone. There is a app also, realprasadam.com or something. Or else there are always, every station there are ISKCON temples, right? So it's not so. So they used to go and get this madhukari, right? So he used to have madhukari, but at the same time he has not sorted out that the grudge, the last previous life, right, with that person. But somehow that Rajat Seth was also pious, but not so much devotional. So he happened to come to Vrindavan to do some sadhu seva. And he was doing some sadhu seva nearby of that is mutt. And what type of sadhu seva? He was a Rajat Set. He was giving money, he was giving clothes to the sadhus like anything. He was giving food to everyone. And there also his old rival person is there. He doesn't know that. But he heard so that my rival, Lala Babu, has gone somewhere, become sadhu. He was not knowing that he went to Vrindavan. So he came. When he was going for Madhukari, one day, Lala Babu, so another sadhu came. Hey, kotha jaccho? Where are you going? You are going to get to Madhukari? Are go nearby, big set has come. He will give you everything. Just go. Don't need to go anywhere. Go, just go there. You will get everything. So he said, very nice, I will go there. He went there and he saw that, Rajat Set, he is doing here. How can I do this Bhiksha, Madhukari from this person? He is my old enemy. How can I do that? I can beg anywhere, but I cannot go in front of him. It will be so shameful for me to go in front of him and ask him for, oh no, I cannot do that. And he returns back. So his guru says that his face is not proper. His face is not happy, not joyful in Krishna consciousness. He has something problem in his heart. He asks that, what happened to you? You are not feeling so happy today. There is some problem. No, Guru Maharaj, everything is okay. No, tell something. No, you still hiding. Still you are hiding something. No, everything is fine. No, something is bad with you. Please tell. So after so much of insisting, then he speaks out. What is the problem? Then his guru tells that you have to go to that person only and ask Bhiksha. There is no other way. If you want to be here with me, then you have to go and ask Bhiksha from him only. So he begs, so Guru Maharaj, please don't ask anything. If you want, I can go anywhere. I can go to hell also to do begging, but I cannot go to that person, please. Then he starts crying, I cannot go. Then his Guru tells him, I reject you, go. I reject you. Then he starts crying, no, please, Guru Maharaj, please, don't reject me. I will try my best. I will go. Tomorrow I will go. And he goes. And he goes there and he sees that when he reaches there, then from the far off only he sees that this tall, well-built body in the form of in the guise of a sadhu. Who is that person? Look, very acquainted person. I have seen him somewhere. Then hey, he looks like exactly my rival, the old rival, Rajat Set says. That is Lalo. But okay, I heard so he has already gone somewhere. I think he has come here. So he comes near and he sees Rajat and he was like, how to go in front of him. And Rajat Set was giving, immediately shouts, Lala Babu! Then he comes immediately, yes, I am Lala. Are not you Lala? Then he was trying to hide himself. How can I say that I am the same person? So, you are here? Yes, I am here. I come here today on behalf of my Guru to ask for Bhiksha. Could you give Bhiksha? When he hears it, his heart melts. Rajat Set was melted and immediately, what? The great Lala Babu, he is asking Bhiksha from me. What I am hearing, what I am saying. Lala Babu, this time that you have defeated me, many times you have defeated me, this time that you have defeated me, that's like greatest defeat. So immediately he embraces him and both they cries. And after that, why you are asking for Bhiksha? I should ask Bhiksha from you. I should ask Bhiksha from you, Krishna Bhakti Bhiksha. So, and then he gives so much of thing. No, please just give me the 2 palmful of rice or something. I don't need more. And he takes little bit, but he gives him more. He tells to his servant, take so much of whatever you want, go to his mutt, take a full lorry, full bullock cart, get him there. So, in very humble way, he accepts and he comes and he tells to Guru that I did so. And immediately, Guru tells, your life is successful. And very soon he reaches to the platform of Prema. So that's what we see. This Nirvairena is the principle, as well as the opposite flip side of it, it is prasanga. Because this prasanga means not that prasanga that Dhruva Maharaj tells, that I want that prasanga, O my Lord, of your loving devotees. Prasanga on the platform of rajas and tamas, the bodily sense gratification. So where these things remains, prasanga and vaira, it creates a space in the consciousness of a jiva where Krishna cannot get in, right? Cannot get into that place where these two things remains. So that's why this principle of nirvaira and aprasanga is very, very important. Then we see that fourth one is brahmacharyena. Brahmacharyena means it's told here celibacy. So in fact all these things are for the jnanas. We should always understand, right? So for the Jnana yogis and Dhyan yogis, without brahmacharya they can't start anything. Impossible. We are bhakti yogis, that's why we have different considerations, right? But principles of brahmacharya is applicable for everyone. Every yogi, principles of brahmacharya is applicable. Because unless somebody practices brahmacharya, he cannot actually attract the mercy of the Supreme Lord, especially Srimati Radharani. So this why this brahmacharya is very, very important. Srimad Bhagavatam speaks, Lord Sri Krishna speaks, that in this material world there is no bondage as stronger as the bondage of attraction between opposite sex. There is nothing. In Mahabharata tells that if somebody has gone above the attraction of men and women, then supposedly he has realized his self. So I just wanted to, it was very interesting, so I noted it down to recite it. So it goes like this. काम बंधनम एवैकम नान्यद अस्थ बंधनम काम बंधनो मुक्तो ही ब्रह्म भूयाय कल्पते. Brahma bhuyaya kalpate. If somebody has got away from kama, means he can attain to the platform of Brahma bhuya. So of course in our devotional parampara we have a consideration of brahmacharya, then grihastha, then vanaprastha and sannyas, right? So for grihasthas there are different considerations of brahmacharya also. Like for Srila Prabhupada, he has spoken many times, if a man can stay with one woman, then he is as equal as to be a sannyasi, right? So, but just to, there are also different shades also. It's not like staying just with one spouse, also having various types of the different shades that's mentioned. So Srila Prabhupada, if you want to unite for grihasthas, you can unite once in a month. And also Srila Prabhupada has told one place that if you unite only for the sake of procreation, the sex life should be only for the sake of procreation. How to make this? Every month one instruction, another is just for the sake of procreation. Then it's very difficult, right? So but the Shastra tells that different sets of this Grihastha ashram is also there, in which somebody can practice, uniting with opposite sex. So I was hearing one lecture. There it was mentioned that how there are different levels of sex control in Grihastha ashram also. So I just wanted to recite this sloka. It's from Kritya Kalpataru. It is in Sanskrit. Tatra brahmacharya chaturvid bhavati. There are 4 kinds of brahmacharya for those who are in Grihastha ashram. Tatra paradara varjanami nityam. Going to another wife is varjan nityam, eternally forbidden. So if somebody is on that platform, it's an animalistic platform. This is not human platform. So then, just going with the spouse, they're having different platforms, different standards. The one standard, that is the lowest one, is called Swadara Abhigamanam Krishnam. Means if somebody goes for sex life only with his own spouse, then this is called the black platform of sex life in Grihasthashram, right? Then he goes ahead, Parva Niyama Varja Raktam. There are different good, auspicious days like Janmashtami, Radhashtami, Ekadasi. So on these occasions, sexual intercourse is banned. Actually, it's not recommended. Following this rules and regulation is called Raktam. Means it's better than Krishnam. And then comes Ritu Kalabhi Gamanam Shuklam. Means there are monthly cycles for the woman, and after that there is unification. That is called platform of Shuklam. Means once in a month, standard that Srila Prabhupada has told. And Urdhvaretas Tvam Vimalam. Means there are also Grihasthas who unite only for the sake of procreating children, and they are called Vimalam. Vimalam means Evam Suklam. Means almost they are going beyond 3 modes. So that different, means this is like a Varnashrama. So that different levels like Krishnam, Raktam, Shuklam and Bimlam, having different destination also for the Grihastha is mentioned. Suklena to Jayet Swarga is somebody on the platform of Shukla. Shukla means once in a month. They can go to Swarga Loka. Krishnenam Jayal Lokam is somebody on the platform of Krishna. Means sex only with the wife. And also regulations are like in the range. So then he can win over the planet Earth. Right? That person. So much Falasruti is there. Then after that, Madhyam Raktena Vai Jayat. Those who are practicing Rakta means just avoiding this auspicious days. So they can go to Bhuvar Loka also, Bhuvar planet, Bhuvar Swarg. So Madhyam. And what is left? Vimalam. Vimalam Moksha Prapnuyat. And those who go for the sex life, even being in the Grihasthashram, only for procreating children, they can get moksha. Means moksha, then comes everything afterwards. So like this for the Grihasthas, but for the Agrihasthas, for the Brahmachari, like few of us are here. So for them, Agrihastha, Agratas Tyajet, Lord Sri Krishna has told. Agratas means from far away and leave everything. All types of sex life should be Tyajet. It's never recommended. There are 8 kinds of sex life that's mentioned. Srila Prabhupada also mentions from the Siddhar Swami's commentary. So I just wanted to recite that, specifically for the Brahmacharya devotees here. So it's very important to remember it. 8 kinds of sex pleasure. Smaranam Kirtanam Kelihi. We can also recite together. Smaranam Kirtanam Keli. Prekshanam Goya Bhasanam. Sankalpo Adhyavasayascha. Kriya Nispattir Evacha. So 8 kinds of sex pleasure are like this. Smaranam, remembrance of opposite sex. Gratification. Second is Kirtanam, talking about it. Keli means playing around and all that. Prekshanam, seeing, gazing. Guhya Bhashanam, secretly speaking the Guhya. That's one thing. Nowadays, like because of mobile phone has come, it is everywhere practically. So that's called Guhya Bhashanam. Sankalpo means making it like determined desire that now I have to go for it. And then adhyavasayascha, and all the endeavors before meeting, and kriya nispati, and committing to the sex life. There are 8 kinds of sex pleasure. Agratas tyajet, it's for brahmacharis. And there are many those who are not brahmacharis. I mean, they are somewhere in the between. Anashrami, right? Neither in brahmacharya ashram nor in the grihastha ashram. Sometimes there in like devotee community also. We find like Bhisma ashram. So for them, all the rules of brahmacharya holds if they want to really advance in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, they will become Trishanku, right? Na ghar ka na ghat ka, right? So it's not good. So they can practice at least for the brahmacharya, so they can proceed ahead into their Krishna consciousness. So swadharma, maunena means don't speak nonsense. What a person who don't have devotional service, what they will speak? Anything they will speak, maunena. That's why some Jainis they practice to just they put this mask, permanent mask they have, whether COVID or non-COVID, always they keep. Maunena, they won't speak anything because there's nothing to speak. But for devotees, you just give them time and give them microphone or somebody to hear. They'll keep continuing on, right? Right? They'll keep continuing. Why? Because there is great fruit of speaking about Krishna. What is great fruit? By speaking about Krishna, speaking nicely, by controlling our vacho vegam, we can always remember Krishna. Right? That's why Srila Prabhupada has given this chanting the holy name. Otherwise, remembering Krishna consciousness is very difficult. For the conditioned jiva of Kali Yuga, it's very, very difficult. Because everything is like, whole atmosphere is like tormented with so many different types of lusty radiations in the world, right? There are people are doing every type of Instagram, Facebook, this gram, that gram, and what is there in that? All stupid things. So in that, to bring Krishna consciousness is so very difficult. But a devotee, when they chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then what happens? Krishna consciousness is the production of that. Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Sanatana Goswami tells that how by controlling our vacho vegam we can remember Krishna. What is the fruit of it? Bhahyantara shesa risika chalakam. By our faculty of speech, we can actually directing all our senses. There are different senses are there with mind. Just by a type of speech we are speaking, all other senses are going to get directed because of that. That's why it's saying Bahya Antara, external senses and internal senses. Rishik Chalakam, all the senses are directed by Vag Indriyam Syad Yadi Sammetam Sada. If somebody is able to control their Vag Indriya, this tongue, then he can control all the senses. Chittam Sthiram Sad Bhagavad Smritau Tada. And by controlling the Vak, one can get what? Chittam Sthiram, his consciousness becomes very fixed. Bhagavad Smritau, in remembering Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Samyak Pravarteta Tata Smriti Phalam. And in this way, Supreme Lord's remembrance of his name, form, pastimes, qualities becomes the phala, the fruit of this controlled vacho vegam. So like this, Swadharmena Baliyasa, one can very nicely remain situated in his own occupational duties, permanent, transcendental occupational duties, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, offering all the efforts and the fruits of all activities to the service of Krishna and make his life successful. So like to keep it here. We have 7-8 minutes more. If any comment, any question, any clarification, any controversy has to be resolved. Hare Krishna. So I don't think there is any such. Hare Krishna. Prabhu has something to say.
Prabhu, the category of devotees you had mentioned, Vimalam and all that, from which text or which book it's from, Prabhu?
This is Dharma Shastra. It's not Bhagavat. It's Dharma Shastra for the This book is called Kriya. What is the name of it? Just I'm telling you. So I'll send you the PDF. You can also read.
Thank you very much.
So it's for the proper like varnashram, no? Dharma shastras. Anything else? Prabhu has something else.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for your class. My question is that by controlling our Vachuvegam, how we can always remember Krishna?
By controlling our Vachuvegam, how we can always remember Krishna? That's what is mentioned here. By controlling Vachuvegam, we can remember Krishna. That's why we are doing every day. As soon as we get up early in the morning, we chant the names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, when we are chanting the names of Krishna, then to whom we remember?
Krishna.
Supposedly, right? Means, if you are chanting the names of someone, remember whom? Someone, right? That person. That's why, immediately the Smaranam, that's why I put in a third platform, the third level, like Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Not immediately Smaranam. Because Smaranam is a little difficult for Kali Yuga people also, right? So when we chant the names of Krishna, then we should remember Krishna, because we are chanting the names of Krishna, then Krishna should be remembered, isn't it? So when we chant the names of Krishna, then Krishna should be a simple fact, right? Isn't it? So we chant the names of Krishna, hear about Krishna, speak about Krishna. When we read about Krishna, then we speak about Krishna, then third one automatically follows, that is remembrance about Krishna. That's what Srila Prabhupada has told. That speaking is okay, but reading and then speaking the same thing. It's like I got the opportunity to share something that I read, that I heard. This is the way when you do that in our association of devotees. Then what is phalam? Smaranam phalam. Krishna consciousness is full of that. And that is the fruit. Sankirtanam, right? The Sankirtanam. Sankirtanam means it should bring the remembrance of Krishna. Krishna consciousness, the phalam. Isn't it? So how will happen? That will happen when you practice it nicely. Isn't it? In beginning it may not go like that. In beginning it happens that we are speaking something but the mind is somewhere else. Right? Krishna also get confused that he is speaking something but thinking something else. Right? What is meaning we don't know. But slowly when you practice, then what happens that chitta gets clarified, and then you are where your senses are. I mean where you are actually speaking, right? So speak about Krishna, you are with Krishna, right? Isn't it? That's why then it becomes easy. It's okay, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you Prabhuji. Here we can remember the shloka that Atha Shri Krishna Namadi Na Bhaved Grayam Indriye Sevan Mukhe Hi Jivado Swayam Eva Spurati Yadaha.
Yeah. So Mataji's got this sloka. So when we chant the names of Krishna through service attitude, then we can have this Krishna consciousness. Getting the point? So Atha Shri Krishna, Mataji telling this sloka, quoting the Atha Shri Krishna Namadi No Bhavet Grahayam Indre Sevan Mukhe Jivado Swayam Vespritadam. We are chanting, but when chanting and anything, any service done in the mood of service, right? Chanting also could be in many moods, right? Chanting could be done, that usually we do, in the mood of completing it. When this all the 16, this all beads will go down, that will be my success of life. So then that may not come, Krishna consciousness. But we are chanting the names of Krishna for pleasure of Krishna, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. O Lord Krishna, O Srimati Radhika, please, I am chanting these names of yours for your pleasure only. Please accept them. So then what will happen? At least we'll when you speak it out. You know? If it is not, our heart is not meaning it, at least speak it out. You know? Just like Shastakam prayer, just speak it out. Right? Ainanda tanuja kinkaram paditam mam vishme bhavam buddho. If Sanskrit is not so easily understand, we can speak out the translation, then we will start meaning it. So then slowly, Krishna consciousness is like produced. We become Krishna conscious. Isn't it, Mataji? Yes, Prabhuji, something you say.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna, very wonderful class you gave. Can I add, with your permission, can I add a few points to what
Yes,
is
Prabhu, please,
answered?
yes. Welcome.
So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Madhya Leela, 21st chapter, Sanatana Goswami is being informed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about how this chanting should be done. He says
Yes,
that,
please share with us, Prabhu.
So, he is giving the example, he is explaining about Vrindavan and how Krishna is playing the flute. After playing the flute, all the gopis are coming and they are all listening to it. After some time, Krishna disappears from there. But in the ears of all the gopis, they can only hear the flute. They can't hear anything. If wherever they go, whatever they do, everywhere they are able to hear the flute. No, gunjta hai na kaan pe to.
Yeah, correct.
So correct. it was only, they could only hear the flute, this thing, everywhere. Whatever they were doing, even while sleeping, in the middle of the night, if they get up, they could hear only this.
Very nice.
So Prabhupada explains, that is how our chanting should be. Always we should, this chanting, this Mahamantra should always be vibrating in our ears. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's a wonderful point. Always it should be getting vibrated in our ears. Specifically, in those days, like in somewhere like 2009, 10, we used to come for Kirtan Mela. So many Maharajas used to do Kirtan. And we just chant and dance in Kirtan Mela. And even though we have gone out, this vibration was keep moving, keep going in the ears, right? It's going on. Sometimes we go for preaching in colleges. So we got some boys, they were very new boys. And the Kirtan Mela was going on. I just put them, just be here, just chant and dance. They chanted and danced. And afterwards they came out, they saying that, Prabhu, something wrong happening with me. What wrong happening with you? Actually the chanting that we did, so it is still going on. Whether I will be able to complete my degree or not, I am doubtful. Prabhu, please save me. I am feeling like something going to happen, something very bad with me. So it that's really Sankirtan, it works like that very powerfully actually. So it cleanses any person's heart so fastly, I think that anybody who is getting into this, one has to be ready for that. Otherwise, if you become fearful like that fisherman, that he got the mercy of Mahaprabhu unpredictably, and he was feeling like I am haunted by a ghost. So that should not happen, right? So slowly one should practice Krishna consciousness gradually. We should accept Krishna to our own. And one of the poets says that we should chant the names of Krishna loudly as somebody is reading the love letter from his beloved. Right? So our beloved is Radha Krishna, and he has already sent the love letter in the form of Radha Krishna name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. We should chant them loudly. That's the way of chanting, as they are really calling us. And we are really here in this material world without being into their service for we don't know how many lifetimes. So that's the way we should chant the names. Hare Krishna. Exactly. Yeah. Shravanam should be.
Further adding to this point, this Prabhu's how Maunam will help in improving in Krishna consciousness. This Maunam should be complemented by Mananam.
Maunam should be
complemented by Mananam.
Okay, fine.
Whatever we hear and whatever we read is not just reading, then it is superficial. Just listening this lecture, going out, forgetting it, talking something else, it's superfluous. But when we do Mananam, whatever you have said, just thinking over it, when we hear Prabhupada's lecture, thinking over it, what it is, and seeing how I can apply in my personal life, then that becomes, then this Maunam will help in progressing in Krishna consciousness.
Yes. Is it clear, Prabhu? For you only? For me also. So when we are chanting and when we are hearing, reading, then we should also contemplate over it. We should think about what we read. That's also a devotional service. That's also kirtanam, mental kirtanam. Mentally you are doing that, thinking about that. That's very effective actually. It goes deeper. So that's what it is. Chitta becomes clarified quickly by Mananam. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for adding such valuable points. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, all of you. Granthar Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.